Alright, for this matchup we have Zoodiac Eidolon, or Invoked, versus Zoodiac Kaiju. Left is Calvin playing with the Eidolons, and on the right is myself playing the Kaiju version. Why aren't we just playing pure builds? Because we believe that pure builds really rely on going first, whereas if you actually hybrid it a little bit, you can actually go first or second and can severely punish your opponent. So I apparently did not open with the 90% chance of the rat. Instead, I set to him pass, which is very odd. So Calvin opens with the Reckless Magic Circle, the field spell for the Invokers, the invoked stuff. I'm gonna call them Eidolons for now. Maybe I'll mix them up, but just don't worry about it. So that card allows him to search for Alistair the Invoker. Alistair, instead of summoning Alistair, he goes into Momorat, which was a bit surprising. Now, I do know that he has an Alistair in hand, so I can kind of play around with that. Now, summoning Momorat means he's trying to get his engine started, and I don't have anything to interrupt him right now. So he goes into Borbo, and now I drop the Max C. Maxi was dropped later on just to guarantee the draw, because there's no guarantee that he will combo off if he just drops the rat. So, is he going to continue his combo? Either he takes the Maxi challenge. No, he's skipping straight into Drancia and he's leaving the rat. Maxi challenge, very difficult to take because the summoning does go into 4 or 5 cards. Then it's very difficult for Calvin to recover. My turn, I draw for turn. There's a Terratop in hand, so I believe that the Terratop is the top deck. So activate the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber. An extra deck card did fall to the ground. Dark Holes and Raigekis are very powerful because these monsters do not float like most of the monsters in the previous few formats, nor do they synergize in the graveyard. So summoning out Thunder King and Gameciel, so Thunder King Kaiju, of course. Now, quick tip for most people trying to play the Zoodiac stuff: Kaiju plus. Okay, so let's go back into this. So a Ghost Ogre has been dropped on the second activation, the on-field activation of Elemental Triangle of the Zoodiac. So when you play it, nothing really happens, but you can activate it again to pop a face-up card you control to summon out a Zoodiac from the deck. So now a normal summon out the Terratop and a special summon out the Takitomborg onto the field and overlay it into a rank 3. Now, see, I've been using every single method to really push out a Momorat out of the deck. So from the Elemental Triangle that was interrupted by the Ghost Ogre, I believe this one could be a Totem Bird. No, it's going to be a MX Saber Invoker. That's also another method to summon it out. The reason being is that I can go into Drancia and then go full combo, and that should be enough for the Gagaga Samurai to really just push for about 8,300 damage or so. So Solemn Strike, on Calvin's side, he does take a 15 out of it, and attack for another 11 through the Gameciel with the Thunder King. Inspecting into the main phase 2. And pass turn. Calvin's turn. Now he does have his Alistair, and Alistair is going through successfully. The moment he starts looping his resources, it will get out of hand very, very quickly. So, Alistair, effect. We're currently at his activation window. Activate Forbidden Chalice. Chalice negates the effect, giving him 400 attack. He does not have the proper fusion card. He passes turn. So that Forbidden Chalice definitely bought a turn. Forbidden Chalice will be seeing a lot more play in the coming game. So Alistair will be taking a hit, so that will be a 2,300 damage. Set another card and pass turn. Activate Dark Hole. Dark Hole will be clearing off the Thunder King Kaiju. and sets another back row and passes turn. He did burn out most of his rats, so I'm not too afraid of the rat combo going off unless... even because there are 2 rats in the graveyard, so even if he does go into the Tigress, there is no real threat, unless of course the first summon was free. Activating the interrupted Kaiju Slumber to add a Jizukura to hand. There is nothing to really tribute off, and nor do I want to put that card on that side of the field. It will just be basically just ruining my own winning chances here. Special summoning out a Speedwar Terratop, attacking for 12. And it is successful, so another 1200 damage goes to Calvin, so slowly chipping away at his life points. So Calvin's going to be activating Instant Fusion. Now, just a quick little interesting fact. Reckless Magic Circle does not allow the negation of the spell card, and it does not allow the response to the monster summoning window. So that does give me 1 window to respond to the card, although I cannot negate it. I can still prevent it from basically completing the effect. So it is going to be responded. So Dimensional Barrier calling Fusions has been activated, which will basically cut off... basically it will just cut off the fusion summoning from happening. So that would be 1,000 life points for the cost. And that puts him at lethal range. He's at 900 life points left. So he sets 1 as defense. I'm actually very scared that if he did draw into an Alistair, Alistair does have 1800 defense, which prevents me from winning, basically. He does buy a turn if that is an Alistair. And I'm obviously not going to tribute it off with the Jizukura. So attack with the Fire Fist Bear. Fire Fist Bear is just a Vanity's Fiend out. It is a Luna Light Black Sheep. Okay, so game 1 goes to Tombox, myself. Alright, game 2. Calvin gives me the first turn go because Kaijus can OTK pretty easily through most boards. And opening with a bunch of Kaijus actually isn't very beneficial. Opening with a Terratop, however, is. That's the reason why the deck is kind of scary going both first or second. You're able to play through both. You're not dependent on going first. So starting off with the Terratop, searching a Takitomborg. Takitomborg we're going to overlay into... not Invoker. I do not run the Coach Soldier. Now, a lot of, or not a lot of, but some of the OCG versions of the deck do side the Coach Soldier when they're guaranteed to go first, because it is only good going first. So, special summoning out a Totem Bird. Totem Bird protect the board, basically, from spells like Dark Hole, Regeki. Activating Tenki. Tenki searching Momorat. Normal summon the Momorat. And I believe the combo will be going off very soon. Going into the... well, discarding using the effect to discard out a Thoroughblade. So on the normal summon of a Momorat, you can send 1 Zoodiac card from the deck to the graveyard. And I'm sending Thoroughblade. Borbo activate basically Momorat summoning effect, gets max seed. So he's guaranteed to get that 1 draw at the very least. See, there is no point in continuing to special summon unless we really want to take that max seed challenge, but the max seed challenge usually isn't worth taking on the very first turn. Very dangerous. Setting 1 back row. Yeah, 1 back row has been set. So considering and going to the extra deck, okay, so Adrancia has been overlaid on top of the Borbo, rather than using Tigress and Broad Bull. So he does get that draw. Adrancia is still worth getting into because it still interrupts combos if there is no answer. Calvin's turn. He's gained a few cards. Special summon Photon Thrasher.
I'm not the standard. Don't go by what I paid for.
Photon Thrasher, I believe, is successful.
Maybe I paid less for 2 I actually paid less.
Photon Thrasher will be swinging into the Drancia. Drancia's effect. So Drancia has a quick effect to detach one Xyz material to destroy one face-up card on the field. So it has to be face-up, however, that does provide quite a bit of interruption. Especially if you go first and you go against an ABC player, it does make them struggle quite a bit because the Union Hanger usually will not survive and they cannot activate another copy. Now, enough about an ABC matchup. Calvin passes turn after setting 2 cards. Now, Tigress might be summoned on top of the Drancia. The Drancia right now is free material to overlay on top for any other Xyz. Now there is a rat in the graveyard. There's potential to summon additional rats. One additional rat anyway. And then I guess the Emerald Plate can be made without using a normal summon. So the Tigress has been summoned in defense mode. Detach one, target the Momorat, and target the Tigress. Dimensional Barrier has been activated, calling Xyz. I chain Totem Bird. However, the second D-Barrier cannot be activated in the same chain because that would be activating 2 dimensional barriers. After the negation of the first one, then the second one can be activated because you can activate 1 barrier per turn. However, it is activation, not use, so you can actually use it after the first one's activation was negated. So the first chain is still successful, so the Momorat will still be attached. He uses the second D barrier and basically locks me out from summoning more stuff. And in my hand is a Terror Top that has a Taki-Tambor already burned out, so it is a bit useless, and I want to save it so that I can reuse it with the Daigusto Emerald. A bit greedy, but swing for 19. The effect is negated, so this is 1900 damage. Now, Totem Bird will be dropping back down to 16 after this. So just graveyard checking. So the reason it's pretty easy to predict that back row is seasonal direction because the Momorat on the initial summon did not send that to the graveyard. Special summon Photon Thrasher on Calvin's side. He's going to attack into the Tigress. Now activate seasonal direction of the Zoodiac. This allows me to basically attach a Zoodiac onto an Xyz Zoodiac. So I attach the Viper, and whenever anything battles something that has Viper as Xyz material, after damage calculation, it activates and banishes the attack targets. So I'm going to be using Zoodiac Seasonal Direction during the beginning of my turn. I'm just counting out the monsters just in case. So draw for turn and activate the Grave effect of Seasonal Direction, which allows me to basically Jar of Avarice basically 5 different copies of Zoodiacs into the deck and draw 1 card. And this activates in the graveyard, so really good synergy. And with the rat already on the field, there could be a big play pushing out. Draw for turn, well, not draw for turn, but draw for the Seasonal Direction into a Twin Twister. Pretty decent advantage so far. Now go into a Twin Twister, throwing away the Jizukure. And then Momorat is going to basically reset the combo straight into a Borbo. Borbo is successful. If I want to dodge Max C, I would just drop the Tigress. However, I wanted to dodge Ghost Ogre instead, so I went into the summoning play first. See, that's the difference between the two, depending if you want to overlay on top early, or do you want to basically summon off of the bow. There is a slight difference. One, you can actually skip one out on one additional maxi draw, which is not that bad. It gives you like it makes it a little safer for you to actually drop the dragon. But, you know, there's always the risk of everything kind of popping and losing everything mid-combo from a Ghost Ogre. Now overlay into a Tigress. He draws. Activate Tigress to attach the Momorat and get Ghost Ogre on the activation. So Ghost Ogre in the chain will be destroying the Tigress. Now there's a 1600 attack Totem Bird with a 0 attack Momorat. Attack for 16. And that is it. I believe that'll be the end of the battle phase. Set one back row and pass turn. Calvin draws return. Activate Twin Twister, hits the 2 back row, kills the interrupted Kaiju Slumber. And goes into terraforming. Oh my god, is it real? A preemptive Max C happening right now because some form of special summoning is going down. So the Reckless Magic Circle will be adding Alistair into hand. Alistair will be summoned, searching out basically the Invoker Summoning Magic. I don't know what that card is called, so I'm just gonna call it the Invoker Summoning Magic. It is a fusion spell. He activates his summoning magic. He can banish a light, and he can also banish the monster on field, or banish cards in my graveyard to fusion summon, which kind of screws over ABC. So he is summoning out Merkaba, which is the ultimate Providence on legs. So by discarding a card matching to the effect that's activating, he can basically just negate that. That kind of stuns out my hand. I have 2 Terratops in hand. And a Totem Bird that's pretty useless. Now whenever Merkaba negates something, it basically banishes it rather than destroy it. And Alistair has a not Alistair, but the summoning magic has an effect where he did activate. I didn't mention it mid-play, which was you can put it back into the deck and add the Alistair from Banish back to hand. And Alistair in hand is also basically a Kalut, gives your fusion monster 1000 attack points. So normal summon out the Viper. I'm going to attempt to do something. This is quite difficult, actually. Merkaba does have 2,500 attack points, basically Stardust range, and well, that's not an easy number to go over, especially if you do the math for Zoodiacs. Not that easy. I'm going to use Drancia effect to pop it, and he will negate and banish my Drancia. And I'll be putting it into the graveyard. So, slight terrible misplay on my end right now. I forgot to use the Interrupted Kaiju Slumber to search out a Kaiju. And, well, it's time for me to die, basically. So, Tombox is scrubbing out. Oh, seems like the crowd already knows the comments will be rolling in. So, Calvin will be using his summoning magic, and he's going to be using my graveyard this time. He's taking away my Taketon board. to summon out the Invoked Raijin. So that is a Book of Moon on legs. And then you playing the Instant Fusion. And Instant Fusion into Northern. Northern's effect I can't really basically do anything to. He's basically overlaying on top. He's basically got game at this point. So he's going to be going into a Bull. And I scooped this one up because I absolutely just crushed myself right there. Alright, now we're going to game 3. Let's see what's going on. Alright, so Calvin's will be going first on this round. He's going to go into Momorat, into Borbo. Borbo is successful. On the activation of Borbo, affect Momorat to summon out Momorat. So draw 1 from the Maxi. Maxi challenge has been offered.
I think at this point I have. No, because I already have 2 rats gone.
So he is taking the Maxi challenge. He's going into Tigress. Tigress effect. Tigress reattaches and detaches the Momorat, summoning out the third Momorat now. So successful. Borbo, I mean not Borbo, but Broad Bull. Draw another one. Now draw the Broad Bull. Will be searching for a Viper. Now special summon out of Dransia, another draw. Overlay the two into basically Daigusto Emerald, and then draw for the Daigusto Emerald. So Maxi challenged. My hand's really full, but he is gonna draw a card himself, shuffling back one of his cards. Okay, and he shuffled back his Borbo. Sets 1 back row and passes turn. Man, my hand is really full. What he was really trying to do while doing the Maxi challenge, knowing that I'm playing Kaiju, is that if I draw out all my Kaijus, I cannot play Slumber, and Slumber becomes a dead card. He was actually kind of close. Throw away a Tenki to pop the back row, killing off the Solemn Strike. And I do have a Kaiju Slumber. Activate Kaiju Slumber. Destroying everything. I'll be summoning out a Thunder King Kaiju on my side of the field, and a Gamesio onto his side of the field. Now he did Maxi me, so this is a return of the Maxi challenge. So Tenki has been activated.
Maybe I'll get through, maybe I won't.
Searching a rat. I have another Maxi in hand from the previous Maxi challenge. Normal summon out the Momorat. Using the effect of Momorat to send the seasonal directions into the graveyard. This is the pretty standard deck target for the Momorat summon, so summon out the Borbo. He needs to draw for Maxi. Draw for Maxi. I'm returning the favor. I'll be going off myself. So currently, I don't feel the Ghost Ogre yet. Perhaps he already has it in hand. I can't tell from this angle. Summon out the Tigress. Tigress effect. Oh my god, there is a Ghost Ogre. So Tigress will basically end the combo.
I haven't played a card yet. Holy.
Oh no. However, there is still one Momorat on the field.
I went into board.
So I believe a bull will be summoned very soon. The card in my thumb is an extra deck card that is going to be overlaid on top. Okay, so the bull has been summoned. Detach. So there's a lot of thought going down because I am very scared that he will go into one of his Eidolon magic.
What's your turn, right? Yeah. I'm pushing for the damage, yo.
Adding a Viper to hand through the effect of Broad Bull. I believe I want to call him Red Bull just because he does fuel the deck quite well. So popping the Gameciel with the Drancia, and we are smacking him for 33. And apparently I will be attacking with the Zoodiac Drancia, chaining 1, 2, 3 copies of Vipers, boosting the attack by 3600 attack, plus the 100 from Tenki. That's 3700 damage, leaving him at 1000 life points.
What am I at? It's 11. Holy, I can instant fusion. No, he might have D-Berry.
And a preemptive Max C.
We're just gonna keep doing this. Are you deck me up? Deck me up?
I do run the threat of being decked out, however. So Twin Twister. Hitting 2 back row. I chain Dimensional Barrier, calling Fusions. I'm actually not afraid of his extra. Oh my god, I got Raigeki right here. Basically, everything's going to die.
Oh no, my board. Holy shit.
So there goes all the Vipers and everything. Oh, and here comes the Wreck. It was the right call for the Fusions, and now that the Reckless Magic Circle will be searching out the Alistair, there's nothing on my board to really interrupt him, and I do not run Ghost Ogres in hand. So basically, he has a free turn to OTK me if he can do so with a huge hand like that.
Yeah, go all in. Double Max C challenge. I actually think I go all in. You have to go into Xyz plays then.
So he does have a full Xyz access right now. So special summon on the Photon Thrasher, he'll be drawing 1. Normal summon the Viper. The Tigress. Activate Tigress. So, Tigress to Rat. Overlay into Borbo. And then he's going to attach the Tigress into Broad Bull into detaching into searching, well, not searching, but special summoning out another rat, and then detach for search. It's a bit hard to keep up with all these effects since they do gain effects from the effect monsters. So you'd be searching out the Lunalight, I believe that's the sheep.
Just push your damage, push your damage. Overlay those two.
He's thinning out, but he has no damage whatsoever right now. Goes into a Drancia in attack mode. Overlays the 2 rats.
Wait, do I have no emerald?
He has no targets.
Oh, wait, no. I can get 3 for something. Wait, no, Castell.
He's not going into his Castell. So his window for damage is right here, but he has 0 damage on the field at the moment. So attack chains the Viper, so I'll be taking 12 from the 1 Viper. Set 2 back row and pass his turn.
Oh, actually, you're at 1,000. I forgot there's that Penki. That 1 Drancia hit.
Here we go.
Oh, you can't still for it.
Draw for turn.
I threw away my Twin Twister.
Now he does have 2 back row, so the game is not sealed in right now, and he still has his Drancia on the field.
You can have a Doggeran.
Now the interrupted Kaiju Slumber in the graveyard is Not that I forgot to activate it, it's just that I'm already holding all my dudes. So I'll be activating Forbidden Chalice onto the Drancia. So he'll be chaining and popping himself. Because he's at 1,000, he does not want to risk basically getting run over by any type of weenies that I'm going to be able to throw at him. So popping himself actually, I believe, was the smarter play, rather than popping my Tenki, which basically has no viable threat. Set some stuff. Set more stuff. No, activating Elemental Triangle of the Zoodiac. Man, this is the biggest hand I've seen for Yu-Gi-Oh! So using the Elemental Triangle, I pop the Tenki. Summoning out the Thoroughblade. Thoroughblade? Call Xyz. So rather than using, I believe I am not using Thoroughblade's effect. I have nothing really I really want to toss. However, he calls Xyz because I cannot Xyz summon now because Thoroughblade would just pierce and kill off a rat. So I give him a Doggeran, and now I special summon a Jizukiro. Jizukiro will now attack Photon Thrasher for game. I believe that is match. Oh, okay, that was pretty fun to actually watch. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the theatrics of the Game 3 Triple Maxi Challenge. I don't think we'll ever see a game like that ever again. If you guys liked the video, or maybe you learned something about Zoodiacs and how they're played, please give it a thumbs up. Really appreciate it. If you guys want to see more Zoodiac stuff, I have a Zoodiac in-depth profile coming up. It's a 2-part profile for different builds because Zoodiac is more of an engine than anything. Hit the subscribe button and hit the notification button. Notification squad, cheers to you guys. And as always, don't forget to hold on to your MST.TV.